Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second episode of InSide NDU, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes and shares exclusive insights on our vibrant campuses and community. In today's episode, we have a remarkable guest with us who's a mechanical engineering student and a rising social media star sharing his passion for automobiles. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready for an exciting ride as we welcome Ghady Rahi. Hi Ghady,
Hello.
how are you?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So let me start by saying congrats on graduating.
Thank you.
How was your experience as an NDU student?
I honestly enjoyed it very much. It was a very interesting 5 years. As you mentioned, I studied mechanical engineering, and I was fortunate enough to have some amazing friends along the years.
So, first name that comes to your head, who's your favorite professor here?
I was very close to Dr. Sharb al-Musleh, especially with the ASME society that I was involved in.
Which we're going to talk about soon.
Yes, for sure.
How important was the ASME in informing your experience in this university?
ASME probably was one of the best things I did at NDU. I got to meet a lot of new people, and we were able to create many events and socialize with many people. I started off as a member in 2018, and then joined the committee as of 2019, and then started ranking up until I became vice chair of the ASME NDU section
Nice.
this year. And as you can imagine, we did many events at NDU, specifically stuff related to cars, because I'm very involved in that.
Yeah,
So we
as
made
you
sure
know.
to have a lot of cars on campus, which was, the highlight of the year.
And how did NDU's facilities help you with the ASME events?
They were always very cooperative. We used to take the halls, book them for our speakers to come. Having the cars on campus was, slightly an issue first of all, but knowing the events and what was behind them and who was coming to NDU, they were very flexible, and we were able to get many nice supercars to NDU and have them on display.
That's great. What were some of your favorite moments with the ASME?
Let me think about it. There were many, many nice memories, some of them on campus, and we did many road trips as well. I'll have to say one of the main things that I really enjoyed was being a speaker for ASME during EFX in December of 2022. So I talked a bit about my passion with cars, and I discussed electric cars and whatnot. So it was a really enjoyable experience, and I had around 150 students watching me.
Wow.
So that was due to ASME NDU. So I'm very grateful for that.
A lot of people might know you from your social media presence because you've gained quite an audience for
Thank
sharing
you.
your review on cars. Has your education influenced your confidence in sharing this information on social media?
I was very passionate about cars before engineering. I started when I was 14 years old almost, and I knew at 14 that I wanted to go into mechanical engineering at NDU. I had it all figured out at the time. And with Master Cars Review, I was able to share my knowledge about cars. Having, the engineering degree or studying engineering throughout the years puts, some critical thinking in your mind. So when you're studying automobiles or anything specific to the engine and whatnot,
Yeah.
you kind of relate to what you're studying. Not very specifically, but it helps you, dive into it more and understand the complexities of the machines.
Yeah. As you've mentioned before, you've made some friends here, right?
Yes.
Do you think they're lifelong friends and they're connections that you're going to
For
use
sure.
in your future career?
Yes, for sure. I didn't have a lot of friends at school, so when I came to NDU, I was like, this is my time. I want to make a lot of friends. And I was fortunate enough to meet the 5 guys that I'm very close to now. We are 6 very close friends. We met in the first week, the first class, the first course back in fall 2018. And to this day,
amazing.
we're very close friends. We hang out all the time, and I'm glad we're graduating together in 2 weeks.
Isn't it weird that we were in the same school, but
We were.
yeah, but we didn't meet until today. But
It shows NDU gets people together.
yeah,
I think we
exactly.
volunteer.
So, why do you think students should join societies here on campus? What would they benefit from it?
I always say one of the best things you can do when joining NDU is enrolling in these clubs and societies. And let me tell you why. Dividing it into the member section and then the committee section. As a member, you start off coming into NDU as a new student, and you want to meet new people and make new friends. So being a member in these clubs and societies helps you build these connections. And obviously you have fun, going to these events and basically participating in these seminars and talks that are usually very interesting.
Very beneficial as
And
well.
exactly. I experienced that in the first year when I joined. And then as much as I was interested in that, I wanted to become a committee member and create those events and being part of the executive committee that handles of the responsibility of making these seminars.
Yeah.
And in that comes a lot of responsibility, as I mentioned, because you're talking to a lot of important people, and having them on campus at NDU not only lifts the image of NDU, but it helps you speak to those people. And one of the things I recall specifically, for example, in EFX.
Yes.
EFX is one of the largest ASME festivals in the whole world. And to be able to have it in Lebanon at NDU was one of the best things we could possibly do. And we had amazing participation. We had over 150 members. And it's funny to point out that India had their own EFX. We were the only section in the Middle East. So India had their own EFX, and they only had around 200 people with the advisors and with the committee. So compared to how many students they have there, and in Lebanon at NDU, it was
That's
very nice.
amazing.
And we were rewarded by ASME worldwide.
Congrats.
Thank you. So it was something we're very proud of. And other events that we did were SLT, or Student Leaders Training. It's something that helps students, we get speakers that have achieved in their life. So students get motivated from that. I was fortunate enough to be part of SLT 5, 6, and 7, so throughout the 3 years. And this year was a huge success, and we had Ferraris on campus as well, so it made kind of the buzz. I always tend to speak about cars because this is my field.
It's your passion.
Exactly. So we were able to get these cars on campus.
So basically, students that join societies and clubs really benefit before going out in the real world, before pursuing their careers.
Definitely. It kind of gives you a taste of what it's like dealing with these people and having such a responsibility from preparing this event and organizing it and then having it on campus. You have to handle many things and get many approvals here and there, send a lot of emails. So it teaches you how to do that. Event management. As a mechanical engineer, you're taught event management. So eventually you can do that in the real world.
Perfect. Now that you've graduated, what are your plans in the next few years?
I have to say that I'm going to miss NDU so much. I always say that to my friends. I'm going to miss this whole campus life, but it's very important to look at the next step. And I've been waiting to graduate specifically because of my work as an automotive reviewer. The university, I was trying to manage both in parallel. But now it's going to be, taking a step further with MCR, reviewing more cars. And I have a lot of plans which involve in Lebanon and outside. So yeah, I'm excited for what's coming.
Thank you, Ghady, so much for sharing this amazing experience with us. And I'm sure our listeners were very excited to hear you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Now, we're going to welcome our second guest, Mr. Melhem Rechdan. He is a lecturer at the Faculty of Humanities, Department of Media Studies, and the advisor of the IAA Advertising Club.
Hello, Layana.
Hello,
Thank
Mr.
you for
Melhem.
having me.
Thank you for being here today. Can you give the audience a brief intro about your history at NDU?
Yes, surely. First of all, my ID number is 2001. Don't tell anyone. So I studied advertising and marketing here at NDU. And then I took my master's in media studies, emphasis in advertising, also at NDU. I started teaching in 2009 as a part-timer. Then I became a full-timer in 2016. In between, I became the advisor of the IAA Advertising Club.
And what can you tell us about the relationship between the IAA Club and NDU?
First of all, the Advertising Club was established in 1992, one of the first clubs at NDU. And we received the accreditation from the International Advertising Association in 1999. So we changed the whole program to be up to date with the global system of advertising. And thus, the Advertising Club became the IAA Advertising Club. And we started receiving the IAA Diploma in Marketing Communications, which says that our program of advertising and marketing is accredited from the most important advertising association in the world, which is the International Advertising Association. Its headquarters are in New York. So we must say that we are proudly global.
Of course. What inspired the founding of the club?
Now, the club was established by Mr. Kamal Dar'ouni to push the advertising students to learn from theory to practice. We all do learn advertising in theory, but whenever you're doing an event, you learn how to campaign for this event, how to bring audience to this event. All the theory turns into reality, and you come up with a title for the event, with a slogan. You start promoting the event, be it on social media or on other platforms. So it's a learning curve. Every NDU student who is majoring in advertising and marketing should be a member of the advertising club, and we have a lot of success stories in the industry. In every advertising agency, you will find an NDU advertising and marketing graduate. And the advertising club is so rich in its accomplishments. We've passed through a lot. We've traveled to Dubai, to the IAA Dubai apprentices. We won awards against international universities. We won the inter-ad competition, and we won the 24-hour pitch. So this is where our students experience the real world of advertising. It's not a club, it's a message, it's a continuous mission. So even whenever you are be it a committee member, a president, vice president, secretary, head of social media, or if you are a regular member, it's very important to have this on your CV that you were a member of the advertising club, because we have a lot of successful presidents and active members who they feel that they belong to NDU and to this major, and if they found another NDUer, they will help this graduate find a job, an internship, a lot of networking opportunities. So this is not only a regular club. You learn about leadership, you learn about being a team player, you learn about social media, about campaigning, brand activation. You learn how to deal with different personalities, and this is what brings character into the students. Everyone will graduate with a GPA, but it's totally different whenever they have a hands-on experience in the field. And I guess Ghady had a great input about the ASME club.
Yes.
And I really push every student to join a club, being a member, an active member, or part of an executive committee.
You were the one who recently expanded the IAA Club to the North Lebanon campus. Why do students find it so interesting to join?
I did a presentation to the students. I introduced what we do in the advertising club in the main campus. They were so excited. They were on fire. Maybe they are most probably the most active club now in the North Lebanon campus. I salute President Maroon Saad and every single committee member.
Do you have a favorite story to tell about the IAA Club?
Oh, I was president of the IA Advertising Club back in 2004. And once we came up with a crazy idea, and it was, we called it the Pajama Night. And back then we didn't have WhatsApp or social media. It was 2004. So we had a database of the students at NDU and the members, and we sent them an SMS, and we sometimes waited in the open area to see the reaction. And our message said, you wear your pajamas every night. Why not wear them on pajama night? Join us on I don't know, remember the date. And we had humorous replies, and the night was fully booked, and people came in their pajamas. This is how crazy. And there's another event called Admania, where we brought all the TV commercials done in the radio TV studio by advertising students, and we screened them, and we actually gave popcorn to the attendees and few whistles, and people interacted with the ads, and they voted for the best ad. I have beautiful memories, and the most important thing is that I stay friends with every single committee that joined the advertising club, and I do networking events with them. Even if I go to Dubai, I do a reunion for them, because it's a lifetime relationship. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. In your opinion, as an alumnus and now instructor, is it important for students to be involved in on-campus activities?
Of course, of course. Now, they will learn a lot. They will get to understand how things really happen in real life, toned down, and they will learn about the hiccups in events management. In events management, you have a plan A, but
Yes.
sometimes you have to come up with a plan B. And for me as an advisor, I let my students do mistakes because I don't want to micromanage. I want them to learn from their mistakes. Now,
Exactly.
not the big mistakes. I don't allow them to do
Yeah.
this big mistakes, but I believe in letting go to see what they can come up with. And I'm really proud with the recent committee headed by Mark Safi and the executive committee. They did a great job this year in the main campus and of course the North Lebanon campus also.
What's next for the club? Any events?
Oh, we have a lot of things coming up. Besides the university events, which are great, the Christmas Fiesta, the Founders Day, the club's recruitment day, I was recently elected to the IAA Executive Committee Board. So we have a lot of events planned, and some of that would happen at NDU. So the IAA Advertising Club Committee would really organize these big events by the IAA Lebanon chapter, and the executive committee now will join the IAA Young Professionals. I had the chance to be the president of the Young Professionals. It's a great experience. So they get to mingle and network with different people from different agencies. So the IAA is a journey from being a student to a member of an executive committee to a graduate to the Young Professionals to the IAA Lebanon board and globally participate in international contests and everything. So a lot of plans. I can't reveal them now, maybe in the next podcast.
Well, stay tuned to know about the upcoming events. I want to thank you so much for sharing your expertise, your knowledge, and everything about the club that you founded. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Layana, and you must register in my course.
Yes,
I've never had you.
I'm coming next semester, and I'm very excited to be with you.
I'm glad. Thank you again for
Thank
having
you.
me.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Inside NDU. Stay tuned for more.